What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Paul. This is the Leeds Therapy. Thank you ever so much for stopping by. I really do appreciate it. As I said, I hope everybody's doing really well. If you're not done so already, if you could hit the subscribe button for me, if you could turn your notifications on, like the video as well. Any comments that you want to make, please feel free. Leave them in the comment section down below. So, we've got Derby tomorrow, and it's an early kickoff, so it's a 12:30 kickoff. So I just wanted to give a kind of like a brief overview of Derby as a whole and see where we're at with everything. So currently, at the moment, let's have a quick look and see. Excuse me. Derby are set in 15th position overall. Their last 6 games, they lost 2-1 to Stoke. They beat Coventry 2-1. They drew 1-1 with Plymouth. They drew 1-1 with Preston. They lost 2-1 to Swansea, and they lost 2-1 to Sheffield Wednesday overall. So they've got us next, and they've got Burnley after that. So some interesting fixtures, to say the least, overall. So looking at them as a specific team, at the moment, they're very, very good at attacking set pieces. They're very, very good at stealing the ball from the opposition. They're strong at creating scoring chances and strong at defending set pieces. They're weak at keeping possession of the ball, and they're also weak at defending against long shots, which is whatever for us. It doesn't seem to make any difference. I wish we would take more long shots. I genuinely wish we would. They seem to play consistently in a 4-3-3 formation overall. Let's just see. Away from home, they've scored. Hang on. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They've scored 7 goals away from home overall. And their overall, let's just see. Their overall rating is just below a 7, I think, looking at it overall. So when you look in terms of the comparisons for the game itself and what we could potentially do. So for us, in terms of people that are out, we've got Ampadu that's still out, but he's back in training now, which is really, really good news. It's going to be exciting to see what they do with the midfield as that kind of sort of moves itself forward. Grove is obviously still out as well. Geldhart is still doubtful. So Nyambi is out. He's injured for Derby. Ozo's out. He's injured for Derby. Adams, Ibu Adams, and Callum Elder, they're both out through red cards. And Chirewa is doubtful through injury as well. So it's interesting. The betting statistics, or the favourable result, is a 3-0 result overall. I don't think it will be as easy as that. It could be quite an interesting game overall, I think. I think that there is a chance that it should be quite good. I remember listening to something from the Square Ball in terms of the Opta statistics, and in terms of positional sense, where Leeds like to have the ball most of, Leeds are pretty much 50% in their own half and 50% in the opposition half. Everybody else is very much the other way. It is not that high. So apart from Derby do quite well in terms of their overall positioning. And I think as well, the statistic at the moment is that in terms of wins coming from away from home for teams, it only sits at 23%. So it would appear that the entire league is struggling with winning away from home. So screeching monkeys, take note. I'm only joking. You're not a screeching monkey. It's just something that you just found it comical. So even with that at the moment, the stats would point in our favour. However, we all know this is a very, very Leedsy thing to do in terms of not winning the game, especially with the way that everybody feels after the Blackburn game. And listen, the Blackburn game was a shit show. You can't get away from that. This is their chance now at redemption and to put that right. We are so much better at home. It's just unbelievably good at home. And I hope Dan James starts, because there is another statistic that goes along the lines of when Dan James scores, we don't lose. He has the longest winning streak of any player when scoring since, Alan Smith. And I think for Alan Smith, it was like 25 games or something silly like that. So that's a really, really good omen. Whether or not he plays or not, I don't know. So that's down to obviously the manager and what happens. Obviously, we've got the issue left back wise. Firpo is a doubt for the game. I think Woba's been back in training potentially. So if Sam Byram's fit, Sam Byram will be in. So that's not even worth worrying about as far as I'm concerned. So overall, it's going to be interesting. I think it will be interesting to see who plays in the number 10 role. Whether or not he decides that this would be the right game to give Aronson a bit of a break. I can see him using Tanaka in the number 10 overall. So again, that's something that would be interesting to see. So I'm going for a win at home. We get back, we do really, really well in terms of getting back up the table, potentially back on top again. There are some interesting games coming up in this weekend's tournaments anyway. So let's have a quick look and see. So we've got Burnley-Middlesbrough tomorrow. Somebody's got to drop points there. Might be Burnley. Middlesbrough are very, very good at the moment in terms of scoring a lot of goals. And then you've got West Bromwich Albion and Sheffield United on Sunday. As boring as Corberan is, it's going to be interesting to see how that one rolls out. And then who are Sunderland? Sunderland are playing Stoke at home. So it's like I said, it's going to be an interesting weekend, I think. We have some good games that are coming up soon in terms of what we're playing. Obviously, we've got Derby at home, and then we've got Middlesbrough at home, and we owe Middlesbrough, I think. So, yeah, this is it for me. This is where it all starts, and this is where the Championship really starts to take shape. So, fingers crossed, we do the business, and we're sat here very, very happy by the end of the weekend. Hopefully. That's going to do it for this one. It was just a quick intro to tomorrow's game. If you've enjoyed it, click the like button. Excuse me. If you haven't done so already, hit the subscribe button. If you've got any questions or any comments that you want to make, feel free. Leave them down in the comment section below. Quick note, thank you to everybody that came and looked at my live attempt this week. Sorry, I should say. I was really impressed. I got a few people coming in and a few people speaking and asking questions, and it was really, really good for me. So that just shows me that there is a potential appetite for it. So I might look to potentially do one live stream per week and see how that kind of goes, and then just kind of work it from there overall. If I sound slightly different, it's because I've got brand new mixing equipment and I'm still trying to get to grips with it. So apologies if I sound a little bit different, but I will kind of get it all right in the end. So yeah, that's going to do it. Take care of each other. Most importantly, take care of yourself, and we'll see you on the next one. Cheers.